All right, YouTube, this is Two Cent back with my 2 cents on Echoes of Mana. And you are reading this right. We now have details on the Rabbit coin trader that is coming, it looks like, on the 6th of June. This is something that we've been really looking forward to see what is in it, because this is where your non-pity coins, if you don't use your coins for pity, are going to go. So they're going to get, transferred or changed from these being able to exchange for that specific banner unit or memory gem into these rabbit coins that'll collect over time, and then you can use them to cash in on whatever might be in this shop. And this is one of those things that we're looking at. Oh man, 200 pity is pretty crazy. You're going to have to save for a very long time or spend quite a bit of money to be able to hit that regularly for a banner. I know since the game's been out, I've went to pity twice, and I've had to spend some money to do that. So this has been kind of important. We're a month into the game, and we had all that fresh content, and you're not quite hitting 40 multiples. So I know a lot of folks out there were starting to ask the question of how free-to-play friendly is this game going to be? How often am I going to be able to get a new toy or like new character to play with? And so let's kind of dig in and look at this and say okay, and see what kind of thing they're offering for us here. And I have to say, right off the bat here, it doesn't look great because we can easily farm this stuff. So, don't ever spend your rabbit coins to get this stuff, with part of your mana gems for your mana boards. Like, you don't want to do that. Trust me, you don't want to do that. Even if you're really needing some and you just don't have the energy, just wait. And I think they definitely put those things in there just to tempt people that want to, get the last little bit to go spend some of their coins. It's not worth it, though. The only thing in the shop that is worth getting is this 4-star dupe, basically. And this is one of the things that we're like, man, really has to be there. And it is in there. So I know a lot of people are just excited that that's there. That way they can feel like they can kind of bounce in and out of different banners and then eventually be able to pick up a dupe. The only problem here is that it takes 500 coins. And that just seems like a lot. I'm not completely sure, but I'm pretty sure our pity coins are going to trade over 1-for-1 for rabbit coins, which would mean you need 500 of those to be able to pick this up. And that just seems insane because that's more polls than I've even done. I've only would have had 400 if I didn't cash my my trades in. So I'm like, oof, that's going to make it really difficult, and it's going to be one of those things that you're not going to be able to buy this out of the shop very often, which I understand is kind of what they're looking for. If you had made it 200, then people would be like, oh well, I'll just get a universal dupe of something else, and not worry about trading it in. And so I'm sure they're looking at wanting to encourage people to hit pity and actually use it on that banner. I don't know. All I know is I would have liked to have seen this at least at the most 400. That 500 just to me seems a little bit too far. Anyway, we do have the rabbit shop now. I am really kind of interested to see what everybody else is kind of thinking about it. This has just been my kind of like first thoughts on it, and I want to know if anybody else out there knows or like has a different perspective on it there. So that's one of the things we have coming here. And let's see, we also have them did give us some in-game piece on that. The bannings that are going to go out, they put that into the app here, so it's not just on Twitter. So if you wanted to peruse that here, you could do that as well. We did get some further confirmation on our Twitter that they are indeed waiting until the end of the event. This is, we have confirmed engagement in a number of prohibited activities during the Bravers Arrives event for some accounts. In regards to these accounts, we are planning to take measures such as account suspicion after the event ends. I know that's something that I had stated in my video, and I've seen some of the other creators out there state that as well. This is a typical practice in games, and so as you're looking out there and you're like, oh, nothing's happening, don't worry. Just report it. It'll be taken care of later. And that's all we're going to say about that today. And then onto our last piece of news for the video here. It looks like we have a new banner coming tomorrow on the 25th. It's got Rules of the World on it, which if you had watched my best memory gem for 4-star characters, uh, that's one of the ones that we talked about in there. It's a very decent card, especially for Angela. So, looks like she's coming as well. It's one of those things. It's another one of the banner cycle rotations. Looks like we were right about the idea that we'll get a new character and then one of the standard character banners, and then a new character and a standard banner character as well. So that looks like that's what's going to be the rotation. Who knows what's going to happen once we get through all of those? I don't know if they'll recycle or if they'll just be new characters one after another after that. Anyhow, if you're looking for Angela, here's your chance. You can work on getting her on right up. I would imagine that most people are going to pass on this banner, just with either going for Kevin or waiting for the next one, or just the fact that most of us are probably out of gems and can't get it anyway. But that being said, from some of the app updates, we did get some coins as kind of like an apology for that. So you should see 1,000 crystals in your gift box. So that might help out just a little bit. We can't give out enough to do a full 10 pull. That would be crazy. That's a joke there. I don't know why we're not getting a little bit more for that. So anyway, that's just been a quick little news of the things that have popped up in the last kind of 12, 15 hours on the game, and that's been my 2 cents.